Hey, I'm doing pretty good today. I feel good. Hey, I had some down moments today, but overall, it was a good day. I don't really have anything specific really to talk about. I thought about talking about, that I missed my daughter today, but, yeah, of course I miss her. I miss her every day. I love the she smiles and everything, and thinking about her always makes me want to cry because I do miss her. I miss her a lot. But I know that everybody where she's staying is taking good care of her. And I know she's happy, and I know she's having a good childhood. Maybe not the exact childhood I wanted her to have, but you know what? Still good. It's still a good childhood that she's having. And that's important. Um, and I miss her a lot. And especially since the last time I hung out with her, which was last Thursday, when we were spending time together, she asked if we could live together. And that kind of broke my heart. I mean, it made me feel warm inside. You know, she asked if she could come and stay with me. It's wonderful. I mean, she wants to stay with me. She misses me. She wants to spend time with me. And she likes she likes the time that we spend together. That means a lot. I had to tell her though that, obviously I can't watch her when I'm at work, and there's nobody here to watch her when I'm at work. And I didn't tell her that I can't afford to have a babysitter while I'm at work. I can't do that. So she has to be there. I told her that, maybe when I'm on vacation, she can come stay with me when I take a vacation or whatever, and that would be fun. But that she can't stay with me. And that sucked. But it warmed my heart too. Not only did it hurt my heart, but it warmed my heart. Made me realize that she loves me, she misses me, and she wants to be around me. And that's always a good feeling to know as a father. That at least I'm doing somewhat of a good job. That at least I'm not screwing up, you know? That I'm succeeding in some regard in her eyes. That's good. I I miss my brother. I miss my sister-in-law. I miss my friends who rent from my wife. I was thinking about my one friend. His name starts with an A. If he happens to watch this, I doubt he will, but anybody who watches this who knows him, who knows me and all that stuff, I miss hanging out with him and stuff. I was just thinking about that. Thinking about playing X-Wing with him and stuff, and how I miss that. We didn't play very often, but it was fun. And I miss him. I miss my buddy whose name starts with a T, who he was kind of reclusive, but I ran into him the other week, about 2 weeks ago, when I was shopping at the old store that we used to work together. And that was nice. At least I got to talk with him for a little bit. He was working though, so I didn't want to interrupt him too much and take too much of his time up and get him in trouble or whatever. Though he didn't seem to be too concerned with that, but it was still nice to see him and to hear him mention that he missed me. And the last time I saw my brother, who rents from my wife, and I, saw him, he gave me a hug. He didn't. He said, "You can't tell anybody about this, because I don't have feelings. I'm not a person." Blah 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 blah. Because he likes to, be like that. He's a goofball like that. He said, "I miss you." And that's okay. It's not like I'll never see any of them again. It's just hard being away from the people you care about. That's okay. And I'm not trying to turn this negative. That's not what I'm doing at all. I'm just talking. Because I wanted to talk about missing people. Because I wanted to talk about. I was thinking about what I wanted to talk about. There's nothing I really had specifically, but I wanted to talk about friendships and the old ones and the new ones. Like right now, my friends are hosting me. The place I'm living at, I have friends who are supporting me, and before I was supporting my friends. When me and my wife were together, we offered a place to our friends and our family. And my friends are doing that for me. And friendship is very important, I guess is what I wanted to talk about. It's something that is as important to keep in mind as yourself, as your relationships, as your your mentorships, like your children and whatnot. Like your friendships are important too. And I was just thinking about those kinds of relationships we hold and we mend and we lose and we move on from and we miss those ones that are still connected through tiny little threads. I was thinking about a friend that I haven't seen since the 6th grade. I had talked to him a few years ago through Facebook. A good friend of mine. Well, he was one of those friends who was a troubled individual and sometimes used me as an emotional punching bag. And I was okay with that even back then. I have always tried to be the person people leaned on. Sometimes it was for the wrong reasons. Sometimes it was because I felt like I deserved to be abused. But I always have found value and satisfaction from being that support for people. I always have. I talked to him, and he actually ended up apologizing for some of that. But anyway, I still see him as a friend. As a matter of fact, there are still so many good memories that I have with him, even though my parents really questioned my friendship to him. But I actually got a lot out of his friendship with him. His parents really took care of me, and we did a lot of things together. It was more like a sibling kind of thing, like that sort of rough and tumble kind of siblingship. Like I was his younger brother, sort of thing, and that's okay because I have older siblings, so I'm very familiar with that kind of relationship. I guess my parents just sort of always ignored it when it came to my actual older siblings. So whatever, not the point though. My point is just that I was thinking about friendships. And I guess some positive things happened today. I recently, over the last 2 weeks at work, I've been put in I have a sort of a more dynamic job that has a lot of different responsibilities. And I had been put on this one very, very strenuous, very heavy task-oriented responsibility for the last 2 weeks straight. And today one of my coworkers, who knows I was dissatisfied with being put on this task, offered to switch with me today to a more simple task. Um, he said because he didn't want to do the other task that he was assigned, and I was happy to, and I actually thanked him later for it, and and I could see that he was actually. I said, "Do you regret making that decision?" And he goes, "A little bit, yeah." He goes, "Though I don't regret not doing the task you did, because honestly, I don't like doing that specific task. Though if I did that task in a different area of our job, then maybe, I wouldn't have switched with you." And I go, "Yeah, I understand, but thank you, because I really did want an easier day today." And and that was nice. It felt like a very kind gesture. And then also, and there's a guy I work with. He also has the same name as me, and it's been kind of a fun banter ever since I started there. I only started there, I think, like 4 weeks ago, so it's not been long since I started there. But it's been a fun little exchange that we've had, with having the same name, and I've taken the loss since I'm the newer person, and also you know just because I'm that kind of person. I've taken the one of taking the loss of the nickname, because we both don't like being called the nickname version of our name. So I've taken that loss. But it's okay, because most of my friends call me by that nickname. The one, especially the people I live with now, they call me that nickname. And I'm okay. For some reason, I'm okay with them calling me that nickname. But growing up, I always sort of had an issue with that nickname for my name. I don't know. Strange. I know. But anyway, and he was walking by, and the irony is that we've shared the same name. We're, I think, only a year or two apart in age, and my birthday was at the beginning of this month, and his birthday is at the end of this month. And he invited me this week to his birthday on Wednesday, which is my Friday. So and after work. So after work, I am going to go there, and it also should be payday. I don't know if I'll be paid that night or that morning, so I might have to acquire him a birthday gift the next day. But anyway, it was just nice to be invited, to feel like someone was interested in either knowing me or saw value already in me, in our exchange. I don't know. Just felt nice. Today it felt like there's people around me who were, this is the part that I guess hurts a little bit. And not because of them, but just because of the sadness that comes along with this statement, which is, today it felt like there was people around me who genuinely were either interested or cared about where I was at. You know? Made me feel good. It did. And I'm glad for it. I will also say that last night I had a very complicated dream about my wife. The first dream I've had like this in a long time. And it wasn't a inappropriate dream with my wife, but it was just me holding her and kissing her, and it was her fighting with whether what she wanted, and I don't know. I know it's not real or anything, but it was nice. It hurt that she was fighting it. It felt nice at the same time that she wasn't sure that what she wanted. Because at least it felt like in the dream that she was conflicted. Because if she was conflicted, in at least in that reality, that false reality, she had feelings. And that was nice. And I realized that it's a falsity, that's a made up reality in my head, but it was nice. I also had some other parts of the dream that were less than positive to deal with my wife. It wasn't with me, it was more just what she was dealing with. And, I was concerned for her. And then I woke up and I had this lingering feeling, and I reached out to her, and she said that she had a little bit of something going on. She wouldn't explain or anything, obviously. She wants very little to do with me, and that's fine. It's her choice. But at least she replied. She seemed to at least have a little tiny small amount of gratitude towards my concern for her, which was nice. I want her to not get in, I'm trying not to get in her way of her living her life, but I don't want her to get in my way of me trying to love her. I don't think those things need to get in each other's way. I mean, maybe me loving her will get in her way. I don't want it to. But maybe it will. In which case, I just don't want her to be mean about it. I just want her to go, hey, look, can you, not do this, or can you not do this right now, or whatever, It just, I don't know what I'm supposed to do or what I want or whatever. Right now, I just want to love her. And I can do that without letting her know or without doing anything for her or anything like that. And I will. I'll love her from afar, in the shadows, like a creepy stalker man, except for I'm not stalking her. Not even looking at her Facebook page. I've unfollowed her on Facebook, not unfriended her. I want to look petty. I'm trying not to be petty. Sometimes we have those urges to be petty, and we shouldn't. So, anyway, fairly short, because I don't have anything to rant about or go on about. I don't have anything to get off my chest. Just good day. Don't know. My paycheck's coming up. I don't know what I should exactly do with it, but I'm mulling it over. And I think I'll just hold on to as much of it as I can for as long as I can. See what I should do with it. I was an apartment I had been thinking about for a very long time. Back when I first saw it, probably like 4 years ago, has actually come up on the market. More expensive than I want it to be. But it's my own place. I was thinking about moving in there. But my problem is that it is probably 3/5 of my paycheck, my monthly paycheck. So it's a lot cheaper than a lot of places. I'm making minimum wage where I'm working, so it's not like I'm making a lot. So, but at the same time, um, it's my own place. Though it is a little small, I don't know. I don't know what I should do. I don't want to talk about my exact finances, but if we talked about it in broad strokes, let's say I make $10 a month. This place costs about $4 to $5 in total with utilities a month. It's about $4 a month with utilities. My car costs me about $1 to $2, all expenses for my car. That still leaves me with $4 to $5. It's pretty good, you know. All things considered, that's still half of my money. But where I'm living now, my friend is very gracious and very considerate, and I think it's because he understands what I'm going through, and he's offering me rent utility free, provided, I cover my own costs and things. But I'd be covering my own costs there. It is my own place, and I could definitely have people over if I wanted to have people over and things like that. The problem is I have to worry about furniture and all that blah, 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 Maybe I go look at the place. I can at least do that, right? I can at least go look at the apartment. Anyway, that's all I got to say. Should I leave with how I used to leave my video game Let's Plays, right? Avito Zen? Alright, bye.